Welcome to JB Trio Podcast, Season 9, Episode 11. I'm Lee McDonald Jr.
Chris, the top 6 Woodman C.
Mark, the ancient warrior merchant.
Oh, that sounds sad.
It does sound sad. It's because this is not what it seems. This is actually the end of the podcast. I forgot to hit record at the actual beginning of the actual podcast, so we're kind of rearranging things.
Yeah.
So we just finished doing Beat Mark's picks, but we're pretending we're beginning the podcast, so bear with us. Having some technical difficulties on my part.
Yeah, so we're on the second hour now, right?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. If you look down, and see, I blame you guys too. If you look down, it shows the clock, and the clock didn't actually start till Beat Mark's picks.
No, you can't look. We never hit record. We never done that part.
I know, but you guys can see the clock like me. It's so when it was showing all zeros, you gotta say, Lee, hit record.
No.
So I blame you guys just as much.
Wait a second. Where do you see that? You can see somewhere that says record?
Oh, well, at least on mine, it shows a timer.
Yeah, I don't see that.
Yeah, I don't
I
see
think
that.
that's selective seeing.
Yeah, like, you know what? No,
I don't see that.
what's your timer say right now, Lee?
Well, now it says 42 minutes.
Okay, yeah, it says 43.
See? Oh, yeah. See? There is a timer, and it was at zeros all the way through the half of the podcast till it got to Beat Mark's picks.
So we've been recording 43 minutes now?
Yeah, when we started Beat Mark's picks, we were at zeros. So that whole Beat Mark pick segment was 43 minutes up until the end. And if I'm sorry for those of you that are listening, have no idea what we're talking about. Yes, I take full responsibility. Partially because these guys should have told me to. I forgot to hit record at the beginning of our podcast. So we've been jibber jabbering at zeros this whole time. And finally I hit record at the beginning of Beat Mark's picks. How was everybody's Thanksgiving?
It was good. I did my family tradition at my mom's house, like my dad's house, turkey and duck and ham, chicken, turducken kind of thing during the Cowboys game, and Cowboys won, and we had a whole bunch of mac and cheese, potatoes, and went to my parents' house, my wife's parents' house to see the Cowboys game and eat more there. And then on Sunday, went to Josh and Kat's house to have Friendsgiving. And yeah, have a lot of Thanksgiving.
How are they doing? You didn't mention this in the first go around.
Oh, they're good. They're good. They're enjoying the baby. She's 2 months pregnant now. So she's happy. She's excited. Yeah.
Oh, nice. Congratulations to them. How about that?
Oh. So that means you probably gained about 10 pounds. You're going to look like a weeble wobbling into the home.
Yeah. No, it's so funny.
I don't know how you can do it. All that eating.
No, it's so funny you say that though. But you know, my friend texted me about the co-ed softball league. It sign-ups today. Sign-up starts today. I'm like, dude, you haven't seen me in so long since the last time we played co-ed softball, which is like a year ago. I'm like, dude, I gained so much weight. I was like, you know, I'm so out of shape, but I still signed up. I'm like, you know what? I'll still give it a shot.
Oh, wow. Good. I was afraid you were going to say that you missed the cut. You were too heavy.
No.
Yeah. How are you gonna make it down the base pads?
All I have to do is make it a first. Then I can pinch and run it.
Oh, you're a pinch runner.
All right.
I got a feeling that if Chris's co-ed team played softball against Mark Senior's team, I think Mark Senior's team might have the edge.
I mean, they probably would because we had to start at like 7 o'clock in the morning. They probably would early for 7 o'clock in the morning game.
Oh, man.
By 12 o'clock, they're already tired. It's bedtime. And that time until 1 o'clock.
I don't know, Mark. I think, what do you got? How good is your team?
No, it's wishful thinking for him. Our team's good. Yeah, we're good. 65 and older.
You even have Craig's dad playing softball for you at one point.
Yeah. Ken Warren. He was the one that got me into it.
Yeah.
You know, that's when it was 55 and over.
Now it's 65 and older.
Yep, 60 and 65 and older. Yeah.
What'd you guys do for Thanksgiving?
We went to a friend's house, but basically it's the Boston tradition is just to drink and watch football, and have a good time with friends,
Yeah, the country started in Boston, so everybody's got to follow Boston customs.
Yeah. So it's just heavy drinking and watching football and having a good old time with friends, you know?
It's pretty much all we did. We did that. My mom took us to casino on Saturday, and God, why does this feel like a Twilight Zone? Like we've already talked about this. Probably because we have. But anyway, so my mom hosted us at casino on Saturday. We did some gambling. She comped us our meal, and it was fun. We had a good time. But
Are you in gambling a lot?
nah, we just played slots mostly. We didn't do a whole bunch.
4 hours of it, though, right?
Well, for her is like, she goes out there for days. But when I go out there with her, I'm only there for about 4 to 6 hours. But
now, does she stay there?
Does she what?
Does she get a room and stuff?
She does. They get rooms some weekends. Like this past weekend, they got rooms, and just her and my brother. But he is really out of control when it comes to gambling, because of course he's spending her money, but he bets like $20 a spin. He's crazy.
Wow.
Some days though he wins. He actually started his own YouTube channel. Go check it out. I forget the name of it though. It's my brother's got an interesting
How to spin. What is it, like how to spin 20?
Something like that. But he's got an interesting past. He was a wrestler at one point for a local organization, PXU Wrestling. And the funny name that they gave him, and he's a big guy too. He's like 350 pounds, like heavier than I am. And he used to be fast in the ring, but the nickname that they gave him was Burger.
Nice.
Which I guess is backwards for red rum. So they nicknamed him Burger, and he's like a crazy clown. So he's got clown makeup on and stuff, and he's got a YouTube channel out there if you want to look it up. Burger Wrestling, I guess you can call it. And his name on YouTube, Burger Wraith, I think it is. He plays a lot of slot machines, and so one slot that he played heads up, didn't even win a bonus on it, was he hit something where he got like 50 free spins, and because he was betting $20 a spin, he got it up to 14 grand.
Dang.
And it's already got like 180,000 hits on YouTube. So yeah, my brother is way crazier at gambling and at slot machines than I am. But yeah, my mom just brings us over there, and because she's got all kinds of crazy money, she spends a lot of money in the slots. And Chris will attest to this. She'll if you sit down and play with her, she'll hand you $100 bill, and you just play slots with her for a few hours, and you just have a crazy fun time. And then at the end, when she gets her comps together, she'll comp us for a big meal. A lot of times, though, we just do a to-go meal. We don't sit down and eat or anything. We just do a to-go meal. But, yeah, we had a lot of fun there this weekend for Thanksgiving, so it was fun. Cool. But, all right, so why don't we do one more time? We already did it earlier if I hadn't hit record. The fastest 3 minutes in bowling. So real quick, we had team number 6. Yeah, if you guys want to hang up now, because you guys already listened to this once, but if you want to stick around, that's fine. So we had team number 6, Housequake, went up against team 5, In-Laws or Outlaws. Actually turned out In-Laws or Outlaws did pretty good. They won. Team number 5, In-Laws or Outlaws. Are we recording? Good. Make sure.
Oh my God.
So we got In-Laws or Outlaws won 28 out of 48. So good job to Tina and Eric. Pulled out the victory there. Next pair was team number 2. We got balls against team number 1, Hop to a Whap. And it was a pretty poor night for both pairs. It turned out, I think Peyton was the one that held our team up and ended up winning 32 out of 48. So my team actually beat Mark's team. I couldn't believe it. So we contributed to Mark's downfall another week.
I could believe it.
Less David. No, remember,
David wasn't there. That also helped, yes.
No. Regardless, I bet if David was there, it would have been
like Lee even said, thank God David didn't show up.
I never said that.
You did.
No, I never
did say that.
We need David. David actually has been bowling good. If he'd have showed up, he'd have probably shot 600 and we'd have won 40 plus.
But if you're listening, don't show up. All right.
Yeah, David, he don't want you there.
But we ended up winning 32 out of 48, so kudos to us. Thank God we won. Sorry that we had to contribute to Mark's downfall. They are spiraling out of control, going down.
Shit, Dave contributed to my downfall.
He was there in spirit. He was there in spirit. All right, next pair is Team 12, Pin High against Team 11, Three Fingers Deep. And Three Fingers Deep come out with a victory. They bowled pretty good. If I remember right, it was George that bowled good on that pair, so kudos to them for winning. Next pair, Team 4, Mustache Ride against Chris's team. Only Dads. Chris, I know it's a repeat of earlier, but why don't you tell us again what happened?
Like I said before, and I'll say it again proudly, we were hungry. We were like lions, and they were like baby gazelles. And Thanksgiving was right around the corner. We taste it, we smell it.
Are you like an Australian accent as you're talking?
So like normal lions, king of the jungle, what they do, we proud and we attacked together all at once. We attacked so hard, we ate their living souls, ate their guts, save some for later.
It sounds like something that was from Dodgeball when you guys were the Purple Cobras.
Yeah.
You know, it's sad. They took 42. If all three of them didn't show up, taking 48.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true.
They 48.
They definitely maintained the handicap presence, the handicap management during that match.
I think we sucked so bad that our handicap went up from that game.
I think it did.
It was the second low. It was.
And you guys' handicap went up. How can you take 40 but it goes up? I don't know.
Yeah, it was the second low score of the week, and you went 42.
Yeah, that's nuts. Next pair, we had team number 8, Almost Empty Nest, against Neil's team, Team 7, Long Live Rock. And turned out it was TJ and Gilbert's team because they ended up bowling good, winning 30 out of 48, despite Bob Davis having a good week for his team. So Long Live Rock won 30 out of 48, so kudos to them. And the last pair is Chris's wife's team, Team 10, here for the beer against the hottest team in the league, the Ball Fondlers. And despite Jose Beltre, the baseball player, not showing up, claiming he was sick, must have had one of those selective sicknesses like Chris. The hemorrhoids. They lost, so the hottest team in the league still dominates. They won 30 out of 48 despite a poor bowling performance from that team. They bowled bad, but won anyway, so 30 out of 48. So standings-wise, they're looking good. They're the first team at 400 points or more. They're at 406 and standing strong in first. And then second is Long Live Rocks. That's Neil, Gilbert, and TJ. They're at 382 and third. Here for the beer, 365. Hot to a whap. How about that? They're in fourth at 346. Three Fingers Deep at 320 are in fifth. Only Dads is in the top 6 again, even though they're below 500. They're at 294 points won, 330 losing points. So that'll be the only team I say that has the losing points. The 7th place team, In-Laws or Outlaws, at 292, and Mustache Ride 1 point behind them at 291, and 1 point behind them in 9th place. We Got Balls, so they're at 290. So between 6th place and 9th place is only a matter of 4 points, which is nuts. And 10th place, Pin High at 273. Almost Empty Nester at 256, and Housequake in last at 229. Who won out of your scratch bracket?
All right. The winners of the second round out of the 8 players gap we had Neil versus Georgie. Georgie moves on forward. We had Mark versus Jobert. Jobert moves on forward to go against Georgie. What? Yeah. Here again. Ron versus Peyton. Peyton ends up winning by a little bit, just by a little bit. Matt versus a blind bowler that wasn't even here, Jose. And Jose still wins. So Peyton versus Jose, Jobert versus George tomorrow.
of Beat Mark's picks. No change in the leader this week. Lee, 4 wins, 2 losses. Brings your record at 43 wins, 23 losses.
Nice.
Chris, you gained no ground on Lee because you went 4-2. You're at 40 wins, 26 losses, 3 games back. And myself, a disastrous 2 wins and 4 losses.
Oh, no wonder you didn't want to do that.
Yep. So I'm 37 wins, 29 losses. So I am a full 6 games back. That's a full week.
Oh my God! Wow,
Full week back.
that's crazy. Wow.
Okay.
All right, so I have a good little play zone here, right?
What's the play zone?
Yeah, let's hear it.
I can lose a couple and still be in second.
Yeah, you got a cushion on Mark, but the goal is to beat Mark's picks, not to come in second.
Yeah, of course.
So you're saying you're okay with just beating Mark?
I mean, it is deep Mark picks.
All right. Technically, you're right. You're right. I can't fault you there.
Man, it's still a long season to go, and I just felt like I got screwed when David didn't show up. And that hurt a little bit. And Lee, you knew he wasn't coming.
I knew.
Oh my God!
But then I forgot and remembered again.
Lee, you knew it. You didn't let us know.
I knew it, and then I forgot, and then I remembered.
Yeah, I knew it. I forgot.
Yeah,
I did. He told me last week that he's going to be gone for Thanksgiving week. I even remember telling him there. I said, "Well, maybe we'll get Ricky to sub," and then I forgot all about it. And then come last Tuesday, he doesn't show up, and I'm like, "Oh crap! I forgot he's going to be gone this week." So I forgot during the podcast, but I remembered the night of the bowling.
Yeah.
But it was an accident, I swear.
Oh, how about Mark? Okay, Mark. I can't lie to you, buddy.
Uh-oh.
Lee told me right before we made the picks, so I knew David wasn't going.
Oh, you knew. You know it didn't happen like that.
Yeah.
And you picked the other team anyway, didn't you?
I was the only one that took our team to win.
Oh wow.
Based on assumption David was going to be there.
See, I knew it.
Yeah.
I knew Chris was going to say that, so that's why I forgot.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I had the upper hand on that one.
Oh, the hand.
And it's almost like when Chris knows he's not showing up because he's got a hemorrhoid problem.
Exactly. See, it's a coincidence.
Yeah.
All right. So first on the agenda, we've got team number 3, Only Dads against Pin High, team 12. What's the spread here?
What do you think it is, Chris?
Me?
Yeah.
Probably
you're bowling,
22. 22.
22. Yeah, right.
Now,
how about 222?
You're bowling Craig and Gino and Tina.
Yeah, okay, Tina, okay, fine. But that being said, I'm going to say 64.
How about 222?
And you guys bowled terrible last week and still won.
Yes, they did.
Which is amazing. I mean, what did Saunders have for a series? 470 something?
Something like that.
You must have if you guys bowl like that this week, there's no way you're going to win because you're given 98 pins.
98, not quite 100. That's actually a lot.
Not too shabby. Not too shabby.
Well, Craig hates when I pick him every time, so I got to pick Chris's team this week.
Yeah, remember, in position round, when we bowl against them, we won.
That's true. You guys have actually won like the last 5 out of 6.
So,
oddly enough, the one that you lost was the week that you weren't there.
So, I mean, I don't want to toot my own horn, but
now you do enough tooting as it is.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with your team, Chris, because I can't pick Craig. He believes in the podcast curse.
So what do you think, Chris?
Oh, man, easy.
Easy Jeopardy music.
Easy pick. I've ever made in my life.
But sure is the longest pick. It sounds like picking your nose.
Easiest pick I ever picked in my life. And I got my team.
Wow, that took forever.
God, that hurt.
98 pins, huh?
Uh-oh, Mark, you talking yourself into it?
Yeah, I'm gonna, because Chris is betting me $10 he's gonna fold.
So you got to keep.
So I'm taking Gino's guys.
Well,
Yeah.
I can't hear you. Like, what, Mark,
Oh, wow.
Mark, I can't pick. I can't hear you. What?
He picked Gino. He picked the other team.
You picked the other? Wow.
Yeah. I
I
did.
don't know if Craig's going to like that too much. He hates the podcast curse.
Wow.
But
Okay, Mark. I see how you're going.
I'm gonna talk to those guys before they bowl.
he's going to tell them
psyched up.
he's going to psych him up and tell him Chris was lying to him and he was making fun of him on the podcast.
We'll get them psyched up.
We'll see. All right, next pair, Team 4 against Team 5. Mustache Ride against In-Laws or Outlaws. What's the spread here?
72.
Oh, wow, that's not bad. I imagine that's to In-Laws or Outlaws?
You got it. These guys are separated by 1 pin in the standings. 1 point.
I think Matthew Macy's in that slump again. I don't know how he gets into these slumps. He had a pretty good start to the year, but he's been bowling like he did this past summer. I think what he shoot like 420 this past week. Something way down there. He's been in the slump again. I'm going to have to go with In-Laws or Outlaws here just because of the slump.
Chris, what do you think?
Your protege, he actually got family on both sides, practically.
I mean, but my protege is on my side.
Oh, on your side.
Yeah. I got my protege.
Oh, you got Brimmerman's team. Okay.
Yep.
Christian and Matthew. All right. What do you got, Mark?
I am going to go with In-Law and Outlaws.
Kind of a tough pick, actually. But all right. So 2 of us on In-Laws and Chris is on Brimmerman. So 2 mixed picks already. 2 picks and no unanimous. I think this next one, though, might be unanimous. It's team number 8, Almost Empty Nest, against team 10 here for the beer. What's the spread here?
170.
Dude, man.
That's
172?
That's crazy.
Did we say 172?
173. The bowler.
That's a good bowler, too. That's probably a high average for the pair. I'm going to go analytics and say that here for the beer is going to win again. They're just a tough team to beat. Camilla's been doing great for the ladies, so I'm going here for the beer.
I mean, I voted for my wife 3 times in one. I voted for my wife 3 times, and 2 out of 3 times she won. And just last week, they finally lost one. They finally lost last week.
Yeah, that was because Jose didn't show up.
Yes, and I think that too. I believe in that too. It's just still hard. Still hard. I'm gonna do 1 more week.
Oh, that took too long. That should have been a snap call.
I wish it was.
Yeah, I'm only going to take them as well. I just can't believe, as bad as Neil bowled last week, they still won as many points, 30 against that team.
Almost Empty Nest.
Yeah, I mean, Neil's team bowled Almost Empty Nest last week, didn't they?
They did. I don't know what's going on with Nancy, but if she's injured or if she's bowling through pain, but she's not been herself. Last year, she was well above 145. Now she's only at 135. So she's 10 pins less than last year.
I mean, Neil had a disastrous week, but even with Gil shooting a 660 something, that's still not enough to carry what Neil down. I mean,
yeah.
And then DJ did all right, but that just goes to show you, I don't think Empty Nest bowled over their average week, and they may need to do that to win this game, win this week.
Yeah, that's true. Although Bob Davis did both, he had a good week last week. That was partly the reason why they won 18 against Neil's team. But Neil's team had 2 out of his 3 bowlers besides himself in contention for bowler of the week. TJ, who was bowler of the week, and then Joe Bear was an honorable mention at 66 over his average. So they both had good weeks. It's just Neil had a really bad week trying to maintain that.
8 of the points were won, Bob, against Neil.
Yeah.
You know. So I got to go with, I have to go with Here for the Beer.
Yeah, it's unanimous. That's what I kind of figured it would be. And so it's the perfect kibosh for them to get their ass kicked. All right, next pair, Team 6, Housequake against We Got Balls. So Mark, the host, is involved in this one. What's the spread look like?
The spread in this game is 102. And that kind of makes me think of something, because Chris's team is only giving 98 to Gina, Nina, and Craig. And we're giving 122 to Patrick,
Ensline,
Henderson, and Ensline. And who would you think that a team is between Henderson, Inline, and Patrick versus Craig, Gino, and Tina?
Well, definitely not. Well, what was the difference? Like 40 pins? Definitely not 40 pins different.
It's only Chris was giving 98. We're giving 4 more pins.
102, yeah.
That alone, I'm going to change my first selection, and I'm going to go with Chris's team, giving 98. So that's
wow.
Yeah.
What? No, you don't take back seats.
And when I say Chris's team, I'm talking. When I say Chris's team, I'm talking Chris Saunders' team.
Chris Saunders' team, yeah.
You don't back seats.
But yeah, when I start putting that down on paper, I mean, that's 4 pins, and I just feel like you giving 98 pins to Pin High is probably a gift.
Yeah.
102 pins is a lot to be given guys like Henderson and Patrick and Ensline. They've been around a while.
It is, yeah. I'm personally actually going with you guys only because of the analytics, since you guys are in a higher place. But it sounds like you're trying to talk yourself into picking Henderson.
I don't know how they're in last place, but Patrick did not show up last week, did he?
Oh, he didn't. That hurt them.
He didn't, and that did hurt them.
Or was it? Well, I think Patrick did bowl. I don't think he bowled good.
Really? You sure? I seem to think Patrick wasn't there.
Or maybe he was. Maybe I was thinking he was, but he wasn't.
And I think Ensline and Anderson were.
Yeah, it's always tough when you got 2 on 3.
Yeah.
So as far as I know,
I'm going to go
bowling again.
Yeah, I think it's going to come down to, I mean, if Kyle bowls like he did when we bowled last week, it might be a struggle a little bit. You know, I thought Kyle would bowl good on that fresh shot last week.
I did too. I'm not sure what happened.
Yeah. Guys, I thought he was going to. All thought Bullet should bowl well.
He was a mystery ball, just like Chris does.
Yeah.
Well, I thought for sure he was going to bowl better than anybody on the pair, really, because he's usually pretty good on that shot that ain't hooking as much.
He probably had 12 different splits.
Yeah, I'm going to go with our team.
All right, so we got 2. We got balls.
It won't be easy.
All right, Chris.
Yeah, we got balls for me.
Wow. Okay. It must be the seeding. It must be analytics that's driving that pick there.
Probably is.
All right. So next pair, this is going to be a good one here. 3 Fingers Deep, which is Rick, Andre, and George, against the first place team, the hottest team in the league, team number 9, the Ball Fawners. What's the spread here?
141 pins.
That's a lot.
It is a lot.
That's basically 450 for the whole series. Man, this is going to be a tough pick because I could definitely see Andre and George and Rick all shooting 600. And for the first time, they could give a decisive loss to the Ball Fawners. And they're starting to become a target on bowlers' radar. And there's only a few weeks left, and The ball founders definitely know. I talk to them every week, and they definitely know that they're in first and that they're under a ton of pressure. I'm not sure if the pressure's getting to them, though. It's not really reflecting on their scores because they're still bowling good and they're still winning. I don't think they've lost in 2 months. This could be their first real test. And Rick's team is always a good test for any other team. That being said, man, that sure is a lot of handicap, though. Man, damn, this is gonna be a tough pick, y'all.
Take your time. Take your time.
Man, it's hard to pick against Team 9. They are tough, tough, tough. Analytics would say to pick Team 9, but I'm going to do something that's different. I'm not going analytics on this because I got a feeling that George, who's a very competitive bowler, knows who he's bowling against. Rick, who's competitive. Andre, who's competitive. Oh, you know what? I got to think. Are they bowling? Shit, they may not be bowling now that I think about it. If I remember right, I think
Oh
Rick,
my gosh.
I think Rick, I think, I think Rick did tell me.
What else haven't you told us?
What's happening here?
What else haven't you told us?
I'm pretty sure Rick told me that he's going to not be there this week. Did he say they were going to post? I think they did tell me they're going to post bowl. So I don't think they'll be bowling tomorrow. I think they'll be bowling the week after.
Oh my god.
And it's not, it's kind of what you think. It's his mom again. His mom's in hospice. They're thinking she's not got too much longer to live. Although the way he's made it sound, I guess him and his mom have been at odds. So it's hard to say, you know. I know when you got a loved one and they're dying and it's hard. Based on that, I'm going to have to go ball fondlers this time. Last time they post bowled 3 fingers deep because of his mom. They bowled on 3 and 4. It was a tough shot for him. So based on that, I'm going to go ball fondlers.
You took so long. What's the handicap again?
That was the longest explanation ever.
141.
Fuck.
Told you it's tough. But I'm pretty sure that 3 fingers deep, they are not bowling tomorrow.
I got ball founders because of that. But listen, if they do bowl tomorrow, I got 3 fingers deep.
I don't know, Mark. Should we allow that?
Yes, we did for Mark.
You know what? They won't be there. I'm pretty sure you're right, Lee.
Yeah, I remember
sure.
Rick saying something that he's got to go out of town again. So.
I'm just stating that if they are bowling tomorrow, if they do, by the grace of God, I choose them.
Yeah. Either way, for me, I'm taking 3 fingers deep. Only because this is the way I look at it. And your bet's locked in. But, when I look at last week's scores, I mean, the Bond Fondlers had the 4th lowest score. And those scores they shot, they're not those 598, 13, 628. They won't hold on 3 fingers deep. You can't shoot those scores and expect to beat that team.
So they got lucky last week.
Yeah, I think they got lucky only because the team they bowled had the 3rd lowest score. And that's almost like Chris. Chris's team had the 2nd lowest scores for 3 games, the 2nd lowest out of 12 teams. But they just so happened to be bowling the team that had the worst scores.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, and they scored and they got 42 points. That was ball fondlers did the same thing. They faced a team week that was just, even though they had the 4th worst score of the week, they just happened to beat the team that had the 3rd worst score. Now, if they had bowled maybe Chris's team, they might have won some more points.
Oh, that's true.
But I mean, those scores are not going to hold up against 3 fingers deep.
That's very true. Yeah. I think you just come up with a mathematical equation there, Mark, when you said when you come up with a luck, one team's high scores against another team's high scores in the league. You got the lowest team bowling against the 2nd lowest. Well, that's lucky to the 2nd lowest because they ended up taking the win but put those scores against any other pair in the house and they lose.
We lost. Yeah.
So
Like,
I think that's an equation. What would we call that? Like luck? The luck of the week?
yeah, I mean, that's a luck draw for sure because Christ lost 16 to you guys, right? Or how much did we lose? We lost, we lost 16 to you guys.
Yes.
We lost 16 to you guys, and we would have won too if we bowled Chris' team.
That's true.
You know,
you guys probably won 136.
But I look at even bad. You know, I average scores for Three Fingers Deep is going to be about 640 or higher, and Bond Fondlers never hit that single game last week.
Yeah, that's true.
That's why I got to go with Bond Fondlers. I mean, Three Fingers Deep.
So two of us on Ball Fondlers, and you, Rick, you're on Three Fingers Deep. All right. Sorry, Mark. Excuse me. That's better than calling you Mark.
I'm on Rick's Three Fingers Deep. Yeah.
Rick. So Mark, you're on Rick, and me and Chris were on Ball Fondlers.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Last pair, and probably the easiest pick of the night. We've got Long Live Rock, the second place team, Neil's team, Joe Bear, TJ, against Hawk Tua Wap, the infamous Hawk Tua Wap. What's the spread here, Mark?
What would you want it to be, Lee?
Like 300 pins that we're getting?
You're getting pins. What do you think you need?
I think it's going to be closer to like 20 pins.
29 pins, Lee.
Wow. We need
29.
so much more than that. I think Neil's going to have a bounce back week. You know, I hate to pick against our team, but analytics say I got to pick Neil's team. They're just the better team for right now.
Neil's team, huh?
Yes, sir. Your nickname for him is?
Now remember, this is 31 and 32, Chris.
That's true.
Who do you think?
Yeah, I think Joe Bear, his form and his he looked good on 31-32 because they moved so much better. 31-32 has so much ball movement. So I got Neil's team.
Yeah. I hate to say it, Lee, but I think this is the easiest pick on the sheet this week.
I think based on how fast we all three picked, I think you're right.
Yeah. Especially if David shows up.
Oh, the one hopper.
The one hopper. He's going to have trouble because he's going to hop into the wall.
Yeah.
So wait, are you saying if he doesn't show up?
Yeah. Well, think of it this way. He's going to be hopping into the wall on lane 32. So
yep.
He could do some damage.
And this is I think our fifth visit to 31-32 for the whole year. And it's definitely the most out of any team that's been bowling in the league. I don't know if it was by accident because we bowled our first week there, but yeah, it's definitely our fifth time there. And I'm pretty sure it's the most out of every team. So kind of unlucky scheduling there. But anywho, the other team's got a bowl on it too, so we'll see. Maybe it'll be a kiss your sister night.
Yeah, maybe.
We'll see.
So if I've got this right, there's only two matches that are reflecting differences, and that is In-Law and Outlaws versus Must Ride.
Yep.
And Three Fingers Deep.
Yep.
And in the Ball Fondlers, those are the only two that we are different on.
That's true. So, and that's mostly you and me. I think you and Chris are almost identical, or is it me and Chris?
Me and Lee have me and Lee are Outlaws, where Chris Mustache Ride, and on the other side, I got Three Fingers Deep. You guys got the other team is Bond Fondlers. So it's kind of a bag, but as it looks, you can't lose first place.
Yeah, that's getting interesting.
To who, Mark? Who can you lose it to?
Can't lose. There's only two difference. So he can't lose to you, and he can't lose to me.
Yeah,
it's
setting up just the way I like it. All right, so now exactly.
I can't stand over Chris. No.
So he's pretty much guaranteed that the only way he can go is up. But all right, so now we got to get to a pick that's an interesting pick. My pick for Chris heads up against Mark. And there's no spread because we're doing it for Chris's bracket, right?
Yeah, scratch.
Scratch.
And this is not like, one person advances to the bracket or anything. This is
No.
literally just 1 week.
It's just me and him.
Yep.
1 week. Whoever, just to see who the best bowler is.
Yeah, and $10.
With hemorrhoids or not?
Oh, man. But you know what else can be a factor is when whoever's bowling next to Tina. Let's see. Tina is going to be on 23 and 24. She's bowling next to Chris. Mark is a pair away from them, so they're on 27, 28. So they won't have too much to worry about with the kids. Let's see. What else? So Chris's team is bowling pin high. Mark's team is bowling Housequake. I don't see Housequake messing up Mark's shot too much because you got Henderson who's on the left side, Ensline who plays the extreme outside, and then who's that last bowler? Patrick. Patrick could bowl over Mark's line, so I don't think he'll affect Mark too much. Let's see, who's Chris going against? Pin high, another lefty with Craig.
God.
And then she's the straight bowler, so I don't think she'll bowl over Chris's line too much.
We're going to go to intermission here, so.
The only one that's going to bowl over Chris's line is Gino. This is an important.
But there is somebody that uses a urethane on that'll fuck things up.
Oh, who's that? Christian?
No, yeah, Christian and Chris.
Yeah, both of them. Analytics would tell me to pick Mark because he's got the higher average.
Handicap. Go on handicap. Sorry. I meant scratch. We're going scratch series.
Right.
Not handicap.
Mark, what'd you bowl last week?
I think I shot, a 560 or 550? The 560, I think, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
Chris, what'd you have, like a 5.420?
I didn't take my score down. I think it was in the 6.
It might have been a 4 something, I think.
I kind of swore I was in the 6.
You barely broke 5.
Barely broke 5.
I was in the 600s.
Oh, Jesus. Why did I get involved? All right, I'm only doing this because of the team that is in the higher standing and who seems to be climbing. I'm going to have to go with Chris's team only because his team is climbing.
Look I'm not worried. I'm not worried about it. If you want to give me an extra, I'm fine with that.
That's true. That's the only way you can win the next.
Yeah, I'm not worried about it.
If I picked you, you got nothing to gain except just your own win. So you kind of want me to pick on Chris.
Yeah, but if I win, if I win, I get my $10.
But I get mine, so Mark's got to pay 20.
Yeah.
But if he wins, then not only does he get your 20, he gets my. Well, not only does he get your 10, he gets my 10 as well.
Man, why you go for me?
I'm perfectly fine with that. If you want to lose $10, Lee, I'm okay with that.
All
right, I'm locking it in. So Chris, you better not let me down.
You made a good choice, Lee. I wish you went the other way, but it's understandable.
Now, if I'd have been bowling against Mark, who would you have picked?
What?
Exactly. Yeah. See.
Wait. If you were going against Mark, you said?
Yeah.
Oh, hands down. 20 times you. Lee, I would have voted Lee.
Oh, come on. Yeah. I couldn't even beat him heads up last week.
We'll do that next week.
We'll do it next week? Hey, maybe we'll turn this into a segment.
Yeah, we'll do that next week. This week, big week, we'll do it.
That might not be bad. Whoever's the victor gets to sit out, and then the loser will bowl against me next week.
Yeah. Yeah, that'll be good. That'll be you and Chris.
All right, that'll work.
So they got another chance to win their money back?
Yeah, exactly. So don't pay the person, just give them an IOU until you bowl next week and you'll win money. Sure. All right, guys. So real quick, to go over the bowlers of the week, we have TJ Phelps, who's bowler of the week this week. He bowled 653 of 104 pins over his average. Kudos to Bob Davis, 73 over his average, and Gilbert Peterson, 66 over. They were all bowling each other, so it's no wonder it was a near kiss your sister week. For the ladies, we got Tina Saunders, who's been bowling pretty good last few weeks. She's bowler of the week for the ladies. Took over Camilla's top spot for the bowler of the week, and she bowled 28 over average. Kudos to Anna Marie and Nancy Davis for runners up. High average, Ron Reynolds at 209, Jose at 204, and Mark at 202. Neil got knocked all the way out of the top three with that horrible series he bowled. And Camilla for the ladies dropped 2 pins at 178 from 180. So you can see how bad she bowled last week. Nancy Davis, again, like we said earlier, she was at 146 last year, and now she's only at 137 this year. Tina Saunders down at 127, but she's in third for the high average of the ladies. Most improved men, we got a new bowler that's cracked the top three. Mark's favorite Mark's favorite leader for the, what was it, most improved sandbagger?
That's what you need to name it. Yeah.
Most improved bowler. Brandon Jolly still dominating at 23 pins over. He took last week off, so he was actually gone. Peyton's in seconds at 16, and the top three who cracked it, Lee McDonald Jr., 11 pins over his average. Who'd have thought? After that crappy bowl.
That's one of the biggest sandbaggers in the league.
In the league, yes, exactly. Camilla dominating for the ladies, most improved at 8 pins. Tina Clay and Anna Marie Davis. Andre is still riding high for MVP for the men. He had a good week this week. He cracked 70, so he's at 71 points, one for the year. Right on his tail is Christian Breakus at 66. So Andre's got a 5-point lead on him. TJ Phelps, new person that's cracked the top three, has got 62 wins. For the ladies, again, Camilla still dominating. She's at 66. Tina Saunders, the next closest at 48. Anna Marie Davis at 45. So there you have it.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you all you listeners out there who love listening to us yamble on and argue and talking about old people and young people. Thank you so much. We love y'all. We do this for y'all. We do this for all the bowlers who join our JV trios, all the new people and all the old people and all the veterans. Tune in next week. As you see, my team is in the top 5. Top 5, not top 6. Top 5.
Top 5.
Top 5. Guaranteed. Top 5. You hear
the whole episode, top 5.
Yeah. Tune in next week. Find out next week. If you do not come back, you'd be like fucking Neil Brady, only 479.
Oh, God.